Hello, this is Eric with Preacher's Pythons here. Go to preacherspythons.com to see some of our snakes. Anyway, I wanted to talk with you today about how to feed a ball python that's not eating. This is not something you would do if a snake hasn't eaten for like a month. That's sometimes normal for a ball python. They have known to go even up to a year without eating and still surviving. But if it's gone 2 or 3 months and hasn't eaten, then here's some things you should probably try. First, make sure your snake is on aspen. You do not want to have it on pine or cedar or anything like that. Those are things that ball pythons literally will kill them. So aspen is the best. Some people use coconut shavings. That's very expensive, but you're welcome to use that. The best thing is probably aspen as far as price and also absorbing when they pee or poop, as well as just for the health of the snake. Another thing you want to make sure is that you have a hide. This is especially true if you have a ball python in an aquarium. Ball pythons are solitary animals. They should not be hid in another container with other snakes unless they're separated completely. So you want to hide because they don't want to be seen a whole lot. And so ball pythons are great pets, but not good to be in an aquarium unless you have at least one hide over the hot spot. And I would suggest one over the cold area as well, so you can pick or choose which one he wants to be in. Here we have a ball python that is coming up on a year old. It is not successfully eating on its own. Its owner was force feeding it, which is not something I recommend. Other people do it, and that's fine for them. I have about 120, 130 ball pythons right now. I do not force feed, but I do tube feed, and that's what I want to teach you how to do today. Alright, first thing you'll need is Hill's Prescription Science Diet. They're known for their science diet, but this is the prescription diet. I can only get it at my vet. I'm not sure if it's available other than a vet. Being called prescription diet, I kind of assume you have to have a prescription for it, although I just walked into my vet and asked for this, and they've always sold it to me. So I don't know if they did something behind the scenes or not. But anyway, Hill's Science Diet, Prescription Diet, A&D, Canine, and Feline. None of the other kinds, just the A&D, Canine, and Feline. It is 100% protein, and that's key. It doesn't have grain or anything like that in it. So that's the first thing you'll need. You'll also need some calcium. You can get this usually at a pet store. It's just ground up powdered calcium. And I also use a 14 French Catheter. 14 is the size, 14 French. You'll find that on eBay or other places like that. I use the female straight tip, if that helps. I don't know what any of that means. I just know it's right. And then I put it on the end of one of these syringes. This is a non-needled syringe. It looks kind of like the tip of this one, just kind of comes to like a little cone on the end. So then I make the consistency that would be similar to applesauce, maybe a little thinner than applesauce. I don't know, I just do it by look. So I use some of this, a couple scoops of this, some GaterAid or Powerade. You can use Pediolite if you would like. But that's expensive, and once you open it, you have to keep it refrigerated. So I prefer using plain old GaterAid. Flavor doesn't matter. I usually use red because I don't like red at all. So then I put in, maybe maybe 2 scoops with this fork in there, and then I mix it up in this thing. I like something tall and narrow. I find it easier to suck the stuff out when it's tall and narrow versus something that's like a bowl that spreads out. And then I also put this in the refrigerator, and my wife knows what it is, and I can reuse it as it goes. Once you make it, you do have to refrigerate it, or this stuff really gets smelly. So anyway, I mix it up about like that, so it's about that consistency. I put maybe a tablespoon or a teaspoon of the calcium, 3 or 4 scoops. Well, you see how much I've used so far. Well, probably more like 4 scoops of that. A little bit of Powerade, and just keep putting the Powerade in until I get the right consistency. And then if I make it too thin, I put a couple extra scoops in there. Then I either suck it up in this way, or sometimes I'll pull out the plug and use a different syringe to push it in from the back side, and then I squirt it out till it comes out the end. Then I wipe this down, use some either olive oil, Crisco, some kind of cooking oil. That way it doesn't hurt the snake's intestines or anything like that. Wipe it down like that for some lubrication. That's why I don't use anything like KY or Vaseline. I use a food-based lubricant, such as an oil. I wear the gloves just because I don't like the smell of that stuff. So, all right. After that, I get the snake, and they do not like this at all. Ball pythons don't like their head touch. But I get it about like that. I'm not squeezing hard, just holding them from spinning around. And then I just slowly work it in, just like that. I can feel it sliding down his throat. I keep his neck as straight as possible. And then I just slowly work it in there. Try not to get any air in there. Sometimes they won't open their mouth. If you kind of tickle their sides here, they'll open their mouth. And I just don't want to hurt their teeth as I'm pulling this out. Their teeth angled back can catch that. And sometimes they will throw up a little bit of it. I've had that happen. I do kind of work it down this way. That's just the way I do it on these little guys that haven't eaten at all, just because they seem to have a little bit of a gag reflex. And then I just kind of watch them the next day or so. I've never had one die when I'm feeding it. I'm going to do one more. This one is a much more expensive snake. That was a normal female. This is a female butter spider ball python morph. It is probably at this side worth around $1,000, give or take, depending. So anyway, I'm going to fill her up. So I'm going to get all this, as much as in it as I can. Gonna wipe this down real well. Alright, just re-oiling it, re-wiped it down because I don't want anything extra in there. This is a lesser bee or a butter bee. Like I said, butter and lesser, some would argue they're different. I think they're the same thing. Anyway, this is a butter bee, technically. She was eating real well and then has recently gone off food. And so I haven't fed her in a while this way, but I'm going to try again. So when they're a little bigger, they're of course a lot stronger, and they don't like this a whole lot at all. I mean, would you like it? But it's better than dying. Just like that. And catheters you can find on Amazon. If you have a big snake, you could get a bigger one like this that would use a syringe more like that. But that is also possible if you need it. Anyway, check out our website, preacherspythons.com. If I don't have a ball python on there that you're interested in, let me know, because I have many contacts and can help you find what you're looking for. I'm able to ship anywhere in the continental United States. So check us out, and we can find or help you out if you have questions. Just send me an email. Thanks. Have a great day.